Your Majesty? Your Majesty is reading the Bible?
Ah, Mrs. Anna, I think your Moses shall have been a fool.
Moses?
Moses, Moses, Moses. Here it stands written by him that the world was created in 6 days. You know, and I know, that it took many ages to create the world. I think he shall have been a fool to have written so. What is your opinion?
Your Majesty, the Bible is not written by men of science, but by men of faith. It was their explanation to the miracle of creation, which is the same miracle whether it took 6 days or many centuries.
Ah, you've come to apologize.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but I...
Good, apologize.
Your Majesty,
I accept.
Your Majesty, nothing that has been said can alter the fact that in my country, anyone who makes a promise...
Silence! Tell me about President Lincoln of America. Shall Mr. Lincoln be winning this war he is fighting at present? Does he have enough guns and elephants for transporting same?
I don't think they have elephants in America, Your Majesty.
No elephants? Then I shall send him some. Write a letter to Mr. Lincoln.
Now?
Now, when else? Now is always best time.
Very well, Your Majesty.
From Pra-Neham onward, by the blessing of the highest superagency in the world, of the whole universe, the King of Siam, sovereign over all tributary countries, adjacent and around in every direction, etc., etc., etc. Do you have no respect for me? Why do you stand over my head? I cannot stand all the time. In this country, no one's head shall be higher than kings. From now on in presence, you shall so conduct yourself like all other subjects.
You mean on the floor? I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I shall try very hard not to let my head be above yours. But I simply cannot grovel on the floor. I couldn't possibly work that way or think.
You are a very difficult woman. But you shall observe care that head shall never be higher than mine. If I shall sit, you shall sit. If I shall kneel, you shall kneel, etc., etc., etc.
Very well, Your Majesty.
Is promise?
Is promise.
Good. To his royal presidency in the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln, it has occurred to us. It has occurred to us. It has occurred to us that if several pairs of young male elephants were turned loose in the forests of your country, after a time they would increase.
Your Majesty, just male elephants?
You put in details. Tonight my mind is on other matters, very important matters.
Anything you wish to discuss with me?
Why should I discuss important matters with one?
Very well, Your Majesty. I will go back to my room. May I say good night?
Good night.
Your Majesty.
What?
I was wondering, when the boat arrived from Singapore yesterday...
Singapore, ha!
Was there any news from abroad?
News, yes there are news. They call me barbarian.
Who?
Certain parties who wish to use this as an excuse to steal my country.
But this is a lie.
It is a false lie.
And what have you decided to do about it, Your Majesty?
You guess.
Well, my guess would be that if someone were sending a big lie about me to England, I would try my best to send the truth to England. Is that what you've decided to do, Your Majesty?
Yes, that's what I decided to do, but how? You guess how I should do this.
Well, my guess would be that when Sir Edward Ramsay and his party arrives...
Ramsay?
The British diplomat.
Oh yes, on the way from Singapore. When he arrives, I shall take special opportunity of expressing my opinion of English thieves who wish to steal my country. I shall show them who is barbarian. What is this face you put on?
Well, my guess is that you will not fight with Sir Edward.
I will not?
No, you will entertain him and his party, and in a specially grand manner. They will return to England and report to the Queen you are not a barbarian.
Naturally, that was what I was going to do.
This is the only way to get the better of the British. Stand up to them, put your best foot forward. That's only an expression, Your Majesty. It means dress up in your best clothes, show them your most intelligent men, your most beautiful women. Edward admires beautiful women.
Edward? You call him this?
I knew him before I was married.
But shall it be proper for British dignitary to see my women with no shoes on their feet? Shall it be proper for them to place their best bare feet forward? No! So Ramsay will return to England and tell Queen Victoria I am barbarian. Why you not think this?
We shall dress them up. European fashion.
You mean dress them in dresses?
How many women can I have sew for me?
All women in the kingdom. How many dresses?
That depends on how many ladies are chosen by His Majesty.
You say which of my ladies is most like European for dressing like Sam. Wake up everybody, wives, etc., etc., etc. I shall command Chinese artists to paint their faces very pale. You are to instruct them in European custom and manner for presentation. Now, are there any details I do not think of so far?
We shall give them a fine dinner. A European dinner.
I was going to.
And a ball with music.
Music and dancing.
Yes, Your Majesty, and dancing. And we can give them a play. Tupton has written a version of Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Ha! We shall give them theatrical performance. We shall show them who is barbarian. Line up, line up! Lady Tian. On Saturday next at 9 o'clock post-meridian, we shall give fine dinner, European dinner. You are to instruct Stuart during the week. He shall make eminent European dishes for tasting. I shall taste and school teachers shall taste. You will say which of my ladies is most like European for dressing like Satan. You are to make tablecloth of finest white silk for very long table. Also, you are to instruct court musicians that they shall learn music of Europe and dancing, etc., etc. What? Am I to be annoyed by children at this time? Who? Mrs. Anna, you must be more scientific with children. For next week, the men and women of my kingdom shall work without sleeping till all is ready. And for what is not done, each man and woman shall be beaten 100 strokes. Everyone must know this, Lady Chong. Above all, I must not be worried by anything.
Your Majesty, look, fireworks.
Fireworks? Fireworks at this hour of the morning? No one may own the fireworks but me.
Your Majesty, the British, the gunboat.
They attack?
No, they salute and we answer with fireworks. It is from Edward Ramsay and his party.
Now?
Now, they must have come direct from Suncla. No stops.
No stops, Your Majesty.
Tell them to go back. We are not ready.
Not ready, Your Majesty?
You do not know. I have the best idea I ever get.
Still we do it, Your Majesty. You can do it.
When the British arrive, we shall put them to bed. Tomorrow morning we shall send them on sightseeing trip.
We shall start now. This minute. Work. I have only 18 hours, but I shall do it somehow.
I shall do it. You shall help me. No one shall sleep tonight or tomorrow. We shall work even when the sun shines in the middle of the day. But first, we must ask help from Buddha. Bow to him. Bow, bow, bow. Bow. O Buddha, give us the aid of your strength and your wisdom.
O Buddha, give us the aid of your strength and your wisdom.
And help us prove to the visiting English that we're extraordinary and remarkable people.
And help us prove to the visiting English that we are extraordinary and remarkable people.
And help also Mrs. Anna to stay awake for scientific sewing of dresses, even though she be only a woman and a Christian, and therefore unworthy of your interest.
And help also Mrs. Anna to stay awake for scientific sewing of dresses, even though she be only a woman and a Christian, and therefore unworthy of your interest.
A promise is a promise. Head shall never be higher than mine. A promise. And Buddha, I promise you I shall give this unworthy woman a house. A house of her own. A brick residence adjoining the royal palace according to agreement, etc., etc., etc.
And Buddha, I promise to give this